Kenny James, King Kenny. We have Nonito Donaire, the new WBA Unified World Champion. And from Comosa, the Chief Officer, Kalle Sauerland. I would like to give the word to you now, Kalle, for your words on tonight's event.
Yeah, I think we've had a great first night in Glasgow. Of course, you know, in this fight was a very unfortunate ending. I think it was turning into a great contest. I think Nonito looked sensational. Was even loading up on punches, but Ryan was also countering well. It was shaping up into a really great contest, and then you know, I think Ryan slipped, I believe, a disc where he has a back injury. Credit to him, he stood up, he tried to continue for, I think, roughly 30 seconds of the round. Nonito did what he does, you know, he's a seriously experienced individual at the highest of levels, has accomplished everything, and, you know, he really put it on in the corner, and when he got back to the corner, there was simply no way back, and very, very, very sad for Ryan. But, you know, this is a tough sport, and Nonito's been on both ends, and he's seen the toughs, he's been in the ups and the downs, and tonight's his up, and, you know, now he's in a sensational semi-final against Tete. Nonito Donaire, the Filipino flash, is very much back, and a roll of the dice, and that's what happens in this great sport. And I just feel obviously very sorry for Ryan and for Adam and for the whole team. And now we have to look forward to the semi-final, which is for me a very spectacular one with obviously a unification bout, but also a place in the final at stake.
Nonito, how are you feeling right now?
I feel great. I feel amazing. You know, I'm grateful that I was able to test the weight. You know, I know Ryan was a tough guy coming in there, but we felt very comfortable going in there now, especially after the couple of rounds. You just see the adjustment that I was coming in, and I think that it shows what I'm capable in this weight class. Not only that I have the power, but now I'm a lot lighter. You'll see the Filipino flash more often.
And how do you feel about winning this way?
This is, you know, against Ryan, and I know it didn't come out the way we would want it to, but the victory is a victory, and we're so grateful for this opportunity. The WBSS has just been amazing. You know, I'm excited. Tete's next.
Thanks. And how do you see the matchup with Solani Tete?
You know, we're gonna go back to the drawing board, see what we made the mistake on tonight, what we can improve on tonight, and what we can come to create against Tete. I know Tete is a very formidable guy. He's tall, he's fast, he's slick, you know, but as you know, I'm a fighter that can fight any kind of style, whatever that suits the fight for my victory.
You've done everything in boxing. How does it feel to be able to compete still at this level and still collecting belts?
It's always great. You know, one thing that's very exciting is because the WBSS, this tournament, it makes me 20 years younger. You know, because I'm coming in with these guys. I mean, Burnett was 26 years old. You know, they're fast, they're strong. It's something to look forward to. I have to be in the best of me. And, you know, with my coach, Kenny, we're just going to make it happen. We're just going to keep going. But the most exciting thing is you guys got amazing fighters, all the belts. We're making it happen to where my goal is, which is becoming the undisputed champion of the world. And we're getting closer and closer.
Thanks, Nonito.
Thank you.
Just a second. Kenny James, King Kenny. This is your world champion number 27. You must be very proud right now.
Very, very proud. I mean, very proud. He listens well, and you know, it's like I haven't been on the big picture in a while, but this is an opportunity that was welcoming. You know, we were supposed to have gotten together some years ago, but I got a little sick, and but now I'm well again. He's well again, and we ain't gonna do nothing but kick ass.
Thanks, Kenny. And now let's open the floor. I know there will be a lot of questions. Go ahead.
First of all, there, Belfast in April, the fight cost down at featherweight, going back and back to the bantamweight. Is it your national home now?
Well, right now, you know, I've always fought the bigger guys. I've always fought bigger division because that's just what I always seek, is to challenge myself, you know. And after the Frampton fight, I realized that, you know what, it's time to go back to where I belong. And you saw today how powerful and how fast I can be. There's going to be much more of that. This is just the tip of the iceberg of what I'm capable of in this division.
Take away, that's really a bit of a weird ending, but you see a bit of the boss in there as well. And maybe the shot that maybe unraveled Burnett, was actually a massive shot with ribs in the second round.
Well, there was a lot of body shots that we were working on, and I was throwing just everything that I got on it, and there could be a big effect on it. But there's also that when we started to box, we weren't right in front of him. So when he hit, a lot of things could have gone. I mean, he could have, you know, he was pulling back while he was punching, so his body wasn't coordinated properly. But as well, you know, the body shot that we were working on, I mean, a lot of it was part of the plan that we were trying to do. But again, I don't know exactly what happened, and I just wish him that he's healthy and he heals well.
Did you sense any distress in him, Nonito, before he went to the canvas?
No, you know, I mean, I was hitting him hard in the body, and that was my goal, was to go in there and just tear him apart. But one thing is that I did notice when I made him miss that that he was pulling too much, and he was putting too much of his velocity in while pulling himself back. And I think that had to deal. I mean, I can't. I'm no scientist when it comes down to it, but I think a lot of it affected from the body shot to making him miss, to moving around, and, you know, and maybe cutting weight and whatever it is. You know, I really don't know what it is, but there was nothing that I saw that led to that, except for the body shots that I was throwing on that side.
Can you tell us what you said to him when the fight was over and he went over to his corner?
I said, you know, you're a great fighter. You know, I didn't want to win in this type of thing. You're a great fighter. This was a good fight. You know, I wish you the best. And that's pretty much what it is. That, you know, I didn't want to win this way, but you gave me a hell of a fight. You're a great fighter. Keep rising.
You said the Filipino Flash would be reborn in this fight. Is that how it felt in those first few rounds?
In the first few rounds, I was still sluggish. You saw that I was just relying too much more on the power. And then Kenny, you know, had me realize that, hey, we didn't train that way. And so I started to show what I was training, which is to box, be smart, be slick, feint, move around, you know. And that's why Kenny said, you know, I'm a good listener, because that's when I started to listen, and you saw the big difference in the way the fight came into. I mean, he wasn't touching me anymore. I was touching him, and I was setting him up and stuff like that. So, you know, again, the whole thing was unfortunate in his case, but, you know, we had a good run in terms of how we can improve the next time.
Did you sense that you were hurting him when you were because you got him in the corner quite a few times? Did you sense that you were hurting him when you were connected?
He's a slick guy, you know, he's a very slick guy. But I know that with my power, I can hurt these guys. You know, it was just a matter of watching and seeing and just being patient with it. But I know that I can hurt him if I land something.
You're noticed for your left hand, but it was actually the right to the top of his guard actually to defend him for every time. Like,
that's something that we work on. You know, something that we have an arsenal to. I'm not just a left hook guy. You know, all my punches are gonna be very, you know, tremendous and painful and dangerous. So whatever punches that comes out of me, they know they're gonna feel it. And then, you know, Burnett was a slick guy. He was a slick guy, but, you know, I did land something good, and I know he felt that. No, no. You know, I respect Burnett for being the champion and for the things that he did. But that was something out of the ordinary. But I think a lot of it was set up in ways, you know, to break him down. That's what me and Kenny did, was just to strategize to break him down, and then at the same time to box whatever works best for him. This is one of those achievements that I'm very grateful for, and I'm just very, very happy at this moment. But most of all, I'm happy to see where I can be in this division in terms of my ability is coming up.
You said the last time in Belfast for the Frampton fight, the whole plan was actually a unified division to be the main guy, so the plan still remains.
Almost 10 seconds.
Yeah.
You actually want to be the first division, and you want
Seconds out.
Well, that's the goal. That's my goal here. Again, I have the best guys in this division. Mainly is to be undisputed.
Nonito, you've been around the block a few times before, so in a tournament like this where you're fighting 3 times in a short space of time, do you think it could prove vital in the long run that the fight didn't go a long distance tonight? Obviously had an earlier night tonight, a few less miles on the clock.
I believe that I'm kind of hearing what you're saying, but I think it's proper discipline. I've always just been. I show up, all these guys coming into the sparring. These guys are young, but I'm faster than them, stronger than them. So I really believe that it really comes down to just me disciplining myself and just being healthy.
I think also there was a lot of banter, especially out of the UK. We had a lot of calls from UK media. Pretty good idea where the banter came from, but that there wouldn't be weight wouldn't be made. He hadn't put anything on social media about his training in a long time, and that he would never make bantamweight. And thank you. That was complete nonsense. I watched them both go off the stage yesterday. Burnett went straight for his water bottle, and the man next to me was dancing again. Something. Great dancer. I wish I could dance like that.
I'm a singer.
Yeah, exactly. And he's quite a singer as well. My brother tells me. But no, I think we should really stop the thing about age. And he showed tonight, even though, especially the fight that we did see. He thought that he took the fight at his pace. Burnett was fighting on the counter very much, and he took him in the corner very often and loaded up. So you see, he looked very natural at the weight. And the tournament's not 2.5 years. It's not. It's over next year. So I think you benefit also from staying in a not in a total camp. Of course, you need time off, but that you don't have that space in between when your promoter, your agent, your manager's looking for fights. He knows, as Burnett knew before, where the next fight will be. It's in the first quarter of next year, and it's against Tete, and that's the advantage for us as, let's say, following the tournament or promoting the tournament, or the fans, that it's clarity. But for the fighters, the feedback that we get is, wow, it's an amazing schedule, and that's the trainers, the fighters, they love it.
Any thoughts where you might take the fight?
I heard Manila's nice. We could do Thriller and Manila Part 2. I'd love that. We're about travelling with the tournament all over the place. It's too early. We have places optioned for both results. So we had Belfast optioned. We have LA option, I believe, or Vegas. But I'd like to look into potentially Asia for the fight. He's obviously a massive attraction there, and it's a part of the world. We just had a big first fight in Yokohama with Inouye. Inouye will not fight in the semi-final in Asia, so it's potential that we go to Asia with it. Could end up in Belfast. I know you're a name there as well. We'll see. It's a great fight, so we just got to work out where the best place to put it is.
We saw super middleweights actually back in the rules kicked injury.
Yeah.
Is there any way back in for Burnett?
Well, no, absolutely. There's this way back. I fear that this is not a good one. But I'm definitely not a doctor. I thought what I heard that it was he had a similar injury when he was a kid. But I don't know. I mean, it's time for his team to come out and make a statement on. I just wish him a speedy recovery. He's a lovely guy, and he's got a great team around him. But if he's available for the semis, of course, it would be an amazing reserve. But I think it might be early. We'll see. Definitely would love to do it. Yeah. Yes, the BC comes in at the final. We've got the WC Diamond, which goes in at the final. So, but like I said, I think that's something for him and his management team and promotional team to come back on. But we would. I'd extend the invitation now. Yeah, if he's available, we'd love to talk about him being reserve in the semi-finals, of course.
Actually, your name was actually written in Irish kind of boxing folklore, like back when you're going. It is again on Birch House written there tonight as well. Like, so you're a bit of a body and a goodie, I suppose, in Irish boxing terms these days. Like.
That's a good thing. I mean, I had a great time when I was in Ireland. So, and I met great people. It was fun for me. It was very fun.
What's the plan to celebrate tonight, Nonito? Do you want to
Karaoke.
Bantamweight?
You know what? I love to karaoke, man. I love to karaoke. I love to hang out. But right now, the best thing for me right now is just give my kids a hug. I miss them. I miss them a lot. And
Take them with.
Huh?
We take them with.
Yeah, well, they might take they might take the mic, and I'm like, no, it's my mic, But just the biggest hug with them. I know that they keep telling my wife that I miss you, Papa. I miss you, Papa. So that's something that I'm gonna celebrate with them, and I'm gonna wake them up. I'm gonna wake up. Get up! It's time for some party, So, but that's something. And then coming next week after I get back, we going back to the drawing board right away. There's no injuries. I'm grateful for that. But we don't want to forget what we learned tonight and how we can create a better fighter the next time around.
It's actually amazing actually saying that you've achieved so much, but you said I learned so much tonight that every day's a learning day.
It's important, the only reason I started to fall down is because I stopped learning. Now that I'm back and coming to learn all over again, you'll see the best of me. Thank you.
All right, let's wrap it up with these words about, age is just a number, right, Nonito? Thank you, Kenny, Nonito, and Kalle. We will be back with Josh Taylor shortly.